Welcome to the deep dive where we get our hands dirty with one topic. You want to know if you should flip that house for some quick cash or just, hold on to it. We're right there with you.
Yeah, it's a tough decision.
It is. And luckily the experts over at Real Estate Riches just did a whole thing on this. So think of this as your cheat sheet.
Yeah, I was just listening to it the other day, and they had some great points. One of the first things they said was that you got to, understand what we mean by flipping in the first place.
Right, because it's more than just a fresh coat of paint.
Way more. Like, we're talking buying a place that needs some, maybe a lot of work, and then, fixing it up to sell again.
But that takes work.
It does. The real estate riches people made it clear that this isn't, passive income.
Right.
You're going to need a plan. And patience. Probably a lot of patience.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we've all seen those shows where they take a total wreck and turn it into a mansion in half an hour?
Right. And those shows make it look, I don't know, easy. But the Real Estate Riches episode reminded me that the people who are really good at flipping houses, they have to be creative, but they also really know the market. What are people looking for in your area? When's the best time to sell? Which actually, that's their next big point. Watch the market.
So you have to think like an economist, right? Supply and demand, that kind of thing.
Yeah, like imagine this. Your place looks amazing. You've done the work, and the minute you list it, bam, offers everywhere.
So that's a seller's market, high demand, low supply.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Prices are going up. People want to buy. It's tempting to just sell right then and there.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Cash in.
Right. But then think about the opposite. Everything's ready, but no one's biting.
Buyer's market. Lots of houses for sale, not a lot of buyers.
Exactly. And now what? Do you wait it out? It gets complicated.
So then do you hold on to the house and just wait until things get better?
Well, you could, but, that means paying for the house,
Yeah.
taxes, insurance, all that. And that's not always so easy.
And those costs, they add up so fast. You're thinking, oh, I'll rent it out. But those monthly bills, that's real money.
It is. And Real Estate Riches, they had this analogy, remember those old savings accounts, the ones that, you actually earned interest on? They said selling in a good market is kind of like that. But holding on to a place, that's more like investing in, I don't know, the stock market or something. More risk, but you can make more too.
So how do you know what to do? I mean, it can't just be about the market, right? What if the market's good, but you don't really want to sell?
Well, that's a whole other thing. See, they were talking about how your strategy, how you invest it, has to match your goals. They said some people, they live for flipping houses. They love the finding it, fixing it up. Those people, they don't want to wait around.
Right. They've moved on to the next project before they're even finished with the first one.
Totally. They see a hot market, sell, bam, onto the next one.
Yeah.
But then you got the people who they want to build a real estate empire. They're thinking long term. They might even like the risk. They're the ones who would hold on to a property.
Because they know that even if the market dips, it usually comes back up.
Yeah, long term, they said that's how a lot of people build wealth. Not just time, though. You need the right house in the right spot.
Because, I mean, a cute little house in the middle of nowhere, that's not the same as a condo in, downtown, right?
No way. Think about
Yeah.
it. If it's near, a college or a hospital or someplace where people work, you can charge more for rent.
Hmm.
And it'll be worth more later, too. And that's not even getting into if it's a house or a duplex.
More units, more money, but I bet way more headaches, right?
Yeah, probably. And more money to buy it in the first place.
Yeah.
Real Estate Riches, they actually walk through this whole example, is it better to have a house or a duplex? Same neighborhood, all the numbers. It was really cool.
That's awesome. It's you have to think about what it's worth now and what it could be worth later.
Totally. That's what makes it real investing, not just daydreaming.
Okay, so speaking of smart moves, the Real Estate Riches people had this other idea, and I thought it was brilliant. They were talking about, okay, you flip the house, but what about doing even more renovations?
Oh, yeah. I love that they talked about that. Because you think, okay, I fixed it up. I'm done. But what if you're going to keep it? You could probably do stuff to make it worth even more.
So even if the kitchen's new, the bathroom's new, everything, there might be other stuff you could do.
Totally. Maybe everyone works from home now, so what about a home office? Or finishing a basement. Renters would love that. And if you sell it later, even better.
So you're basically, making it even more appealing.
Exactly. Think you're going to live there, even if you're not.
That's so smart. But be careful, right? You don't want to go, too far.
Definitely not. Don't spend a ton of money if it's not going to, make a difference. You just want to add value.
So renovations, good idea, but be careful, especially if you've already spent a lot making it nice.
Exactly. And that actually it made me think about something else they talked about. Something people don't always think about with money stuff. Our, like, feelings.
Okay, yeah,
But
because houses, they're not just like an investment. We imagine living in them, our families. It's emotional. It's true. We've all done it. Seen a house and been like, oh, I love it, even if it might not be, the smartest move.
right. And like Real Estate Riches, they had this perfect story about this guy. He's been doing this forever, but he almost held onto a place for like no logical reason. Just he liked it.
Ah, but sometimes you gotta, like, be tough, right? The numbers don't lie.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
why you need a system. They talked about making a list, pros and cons. That way you look at your feeling, sure, but also the numbers, the market, all of it.
Be realistic, even if it's a place you love.
Yeah. That's where it helps to have someone, you trust to be like, hey, are you sure about this? Someone who gets the money side. Oh, and speaking of money, Real Estate Riches, they mentioned this other thing. It was just like a quick thing at the end, but it got me thinking.
Uh-oh, what's that?
Taxes. Like, whether you sell or hold on to a place, there's like a whole tax side of things.
Oh, man. So not only do we have to understand real estate, but now we got to be like tax
Oh, I
experts.
don't know about all that. But it's good to remember, like, the more you know, right? Especially with, like, houses and investing and all that.
For sure. Well, there you have it, folks. Whether you're team sell or team hold, you got to check out that Real Estate Riches episode. And who knows, maybe we'll come back to this again sometime because, the market, it's always changing. Until then, happy investing, everyone.